Happy 36th anniversary of G. Gordon Liddy's release from prison for his role in the Watergate scandal, everybody. My name is StarchyFox, but you can call me Starchy. It's a beautiful day. I've got sweet taters in the oven, and it's time for us to go treasure hunting. Ooh, found this treasure. Now, we're starting off here in the old tower. I called it the Ancient Tower last time. And you can see here on the walls there are some very interesting decorations. I'm not entirely certain what this is. It looks like a half-lidded eye of some sort, but it's throughout and a little bit sinister, in fact. Oh, here in this room we can't do anything. Well, I'll just remember that for later. But a half-lidded eye of some sort? Oh, that sounds very sinister. It sounds like Lovecraft or something of that sort. In the Kirby series, half-lidded eyes are always trouble. So first things first, let's go up here and admire this set of crockery along here on the wall. And eat this little fellow, the Biospark enemy, and get the ninja power. I like this one quite a bit. And there are little bits and nubbles and nibblings you can find up here in these little alcoves, and you can also cling to the walls. I like that bit. But don't get hit by those enemies, they are incredibly damaging. Oh, Kirby! Oh, we don't want to go up there. That's not a good idea. Oh, and pancakes. Now, who's leaving pancakes in a castle with cannons everywhere, I'd like to know. Perfectly good waste of pancakes, if you ask me. Oh, didn't mean to cling to the wall there. We need to very carefully let these Gordos out from their entombment. Trouble is, they never die. And get the Star Tiara. Oh, I'd wear that. Nice little fashion statement. And carefully here, let's try to free them without getting hurt. I'd like to keep this power for a bit if I could. And be on our way. Now, I don't think there's anything else over here. Perhaps, another flan. And over here. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Thought there was one up there. Alright, I believe that's everything of note. Let's just move on and get more pancakes. Why are there pancakes? This begs the question, why are there coconuts in castles too? Whoever designs Dreamland's architecture really has some very odd tastes. Should have consulted me. I would have told them I should get blini instead of regular pancakes. Oh, I am doing horribly here. I'm going to get rid of this. I think that's a sign. And get this ability instead. Cutter for now. Actually, no, what am I talking about? I forgot what's coming up here. I'm going to get the Parasol ability, which I don't think we've seen yet. It's a little gaudy, but it'll do. Flicking it forward like that can release a burst of water from it and damage enemies. And ooh, chicken! Share that with you. When we come here to another hall that has, once again, coconuts lining the ceiling. Hence why I said this would be useful through here. And I like the mirror ability. Has rather a resemblance to the Black Mage of the Final Fantasy series, but I don't think it's really quite necessary here. And it will let the parasol, at any rate, will let us get down here in this area, where it will guard us against these cannonballs from these Shatso enemies. Carefully, we make our way through here. Wait for this. And get... Rarity? What did they do to you? Oh, that's grisly. That's horrid. I don't want to think about that very much. Oh well, let's move on. And Gibbles, you die. You won't be missed. Oh, here's some other interesting hieroglyphs on the walls. I think this might be King Dedede, and this... a Y statue? It's not easy to tell. And... hello, bonkers. For the 5th bloody time. I think I'll update the screen. If not, Waddle Dee, you get out of the way, because I don't want that block in the center destroyed. Die already. We have seen more than enough of you. Yeah. Come on, come on. There we go. Deal with you later. Now, with this hammer ability, I will first hit this switch. We want that floor intact so that chest doesn't drop. If it drops through without being collected, I believe it's lost forever, and we get the autumn time, or autumn memory in this case. Now, you'll recall that one room that we saw with the post in it that needed to be nailed down. Well, let's go back there. I will meet you there, so you don't have to watch me meander back. Actually, no, I forgot. There was something I wanted to talk about, not particularly related to Kirby, but something interesting that I've been reading about lately. I've been reading some of the less primary documents of one Albert St. Georgi. He was a Nobel Prize-winning scientist who did a lot of work, first starting out in the structure of muscle, and then eventually started to move into smaller structures, went into molecular dynamics, and eventually electrons, and particularly the role of water in cells. A lot of people, in my field particularly, don't seem to give much thought to the role of water, but his opinion on the fact was that transitory water structures in cells are actually probably responsible for a lot of cellular functions in and of themselves, whereas most people would ascribe this role strictly to protein. It's really a very fascinating way of looking at things. Essentially, water, small molecules, drive, what am I saying here? Drive cellular processes and... Georgie! No, I'm rambling too much, clearly. But his main thesis, I suppose, is that small molecules drive life and drive order. It's much different from what we normally hear in that, what am I saying? Oh well, I'll finish that thought later. I'm trying to play a game about collecting Koopa shells and beating up enemies while trying to talk about Albert St. Georgi. Something is wrong with this picture. Let's move on and I'll gather my thoughts. Now, in through here, we have an area that has a cannon with a fuse underwater. Now, normally that wouldn't be a problem, but, well, Bonkers. Bonkers, what are you doing? You go home, you're drunk. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on, you cretinous monkey thing. Thank you. We need to actually turn him into a new enemy, Burning Leo. I don't believe I mentioned the name before. But this helper has the ability to light a fuse underwater. We do not. And we end up on this side of that partition, here with a candy cane and lobster nooper. Sakurai, you have very strange tastes. And down here, we will collect what is called here a sword, but is actually the Falchion, or Falchion. It is Marth's sword from Fire Emblem, so Nintendo is referencing their own series here. But since Fire Emblem was pretty much completely unknown at the time of this game's release, it was not reflected in the translation, but in the later Superstar Ultra translation, it was. Now, through here, you'll note that there is an area with a very strong current, and it is why we did not come this way the first time. It sends Kirby to the left and makes progressing to the right rather difficult. Now you can do it. But down here, under the water, we get a warrior shield. Maybe a Dragon Quest reference? I'm not entirely certain. But that is pretty much it for this little area. I will meet you back where we got the power from Bonkers, so meet you there shortly. Hello, Bonkers, for the 6th time. I'm stopping here rather than just going ahead and beating him because I finally remembered what I wanted to say about St. Georgi. I just wanted to remark that it seems a very different way of thinking than what a lot of even scientists are guilty of. We think of proteins as having particular structure and having a function that is conferred by that structure, but his view of the fact is that it is in fact water that is driving a lot of the protein functionality, which is perhaps something that modern biochemistry has gotten away from a bit. And uh-oh, what? No, it's a ambush! Kirby, watch out! No. You will not ambush me while I'm talking about Nobel Prize winning scientists. No, you're not. And it's just generally something that I feel science today really should acknowledge a bit more. We remember his contributions to the discovery of the structure of muscle fiber proteins, but not so much his other work and more theoretical work toward the end of his life, although his cancer work is generally well regarded. Get out the way, Jim! I'm trying to talk about St. Georgie! Down here we have, again, hamburgers and candy canes. Sakurai must like peppermint with meat. That's not a bad combination, though. And here we get a rice bowl. Oh, little pink dots on it. Maybe it's Kirby. Or Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty rice bowl. I know I've seen one of those somewhere. But let's move on. And again, get out the way, Jim! Through here, we're coming to an area with destructible blocks and lots of lava! Ooh, that's not good. Don't hit the lava. We've learned that's not a very good, safe thing to do. And here we get the Mask of Tutankhamun. I did not know that was hiding in a giant castle underground. I thought that was in a museum in London. Oh, no, actually, no. I forgot. Wasn't the museum at Cairo raided? I think that is where the relics of Tutankhamun were recently housed. But due to some of the recent unrest in Egypt, those are no longer there. And surprise! That's where that top entrance comes out. Just wanted to demonstrate that quickly here. Now, if I remember rightly, there are no more treasures through here, but we're coming to an area where, yes, we will need a particular ability, and get out the way! So, at this point, I am going to... Where did we go? I think there's one up here. Oh, there it is. We need the stone ability for what comes next. Need to try to hold on to this for a bit. So, forgot about this bit. There's a bit of a gauntlet here of these naughty enemies. They're sleep power pedestals used as obstacles. It's not that hard to navigate, just annoying to try to get through that yet another corridor filled with wind. And here we get... I don't know what that was. That's Mr. Saturn. That's my attempt at a Mr. Saturn voice. Poor thing. Must have been claustrophobic trapped in there. So he gives us $120,000. Or else we just hold on to him as a relic and sell him at the nearest item shop. I like that idea a bit more. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not doing very well. Now, if I remember rightly, there's another treasure here up on the sides. Again, this all-seeing eye of, I don't know, Nyarlathotep. And here we get the armor, costing 212,000 gold pieces. Oddly enough, I think that if this were actually an RPG, that's exactly what it would cost. So, kudos for accuracy. And donut. Oh, that didn't do much. Donuts are empty calories anyway. Now through here we have... this isn't the room I thought it was. But here we have an area in which we will need to be rather quick. Up here is a... But this is what I was worried about. This short little wind tunnel. I can't move. It pushes Kirby downward if he lingers up there too long, so you have to be fairly quick. Try this again. Jim! You are a nuisance and a pest! Get off! I should not be having this much trouble. Jim! Jim, get off! And all that trouble for just a treasure box. Empty treasure box. Maybe it's antique. I can't think of another reason why it would cost that much. We'll take it to the Antiques Roadshow. Ever showing on Popstar every so often. Ugh. That was a gong show. Now this is the dangerous one. We need to... Yes! Grab this treasure chest very quickly, because if we don't, we get scooshed. I'm not going to show getting scooshed. That doesn't feel very pleasant. I got a mannequin from that. Some sort of dummy. I think the magical Starside and magical vacation games had some sort of people made out of konjaku. So they looked rather like that, in fact. Maybe it's made out of silly putty or that sweet potato jelly. I saw that door back there. I'm not going to go in there quite yet. Instead, I want to head over this way and cross this bridge filled with bronco birds. Oh, thank you, Jim. And that... Oh, no, no, no. Dangerous. Ah, it's collapsing. For in this area, we have a place that only the stone ability can get due to currents. There we go. And we get the gold crown from that. I think that might be Peach's crown, looking at it, although it might be a bit complicated. Maybe it's one of the kings from Super Mario Bros. 3? It's been a while. Wait, what is this room? Oh, gem. My nemesis. Oh, yeah. This room. I forgot for a moment we would need something that could cut. But I remember there's a pedestal around here where we can get the ninja ability, so let me look around and make sure there's nothing else here that could satisfy. Ah, yes, just 2 towers leading up there. I will meet you back here momentarily. And we're back here, everyone. I had a bit I had to cut out. Never mind, my health is a little bit different here. But recall this door. Well, we go through it and we find... Oh, come on, go! But we find this 3 pedestal setup and a door leading off to the right. Well, we know what that is, but I don't want to go that way quite yet. I hope to be an obedient little thing and grab the ninja pedestal there, because there is something very particular that we need to have a stone ability and something with a blade for. So I'm going to head back over to that tower, because I knew I would need this going over there, but I just forgot in the short term. Come on, Rocky. I don't need you dying on me. I need you. Let's see. Safest way. Don't run into the Scarfies, that's the safest way. Scale the tower. Done with this place. And through here. Come on. Rocky. Rocky. Rocky! Oh, nuts to you. Something done, do it yourself. Oh, I forgot about this bit. Here, one needs to use a mirror ability to actually reflect that laser back at the, orb there. I forget the name of that enemy. But carefully thread our way through here and get the King's Cape. Again, possibly a reference to, Super Mario Bros. 3, the King's there. Not entirely certain. Careful, careful. Okay, good. Finally done with this. I will meet you back in the room with the pedestals. And we're back here again. Now, normally, I would not pass up the chance to become Iroquois Confederation Kirby, but I'm actually going to save this for something else. I'm going to turn my obliging friend into a spit bubble, and we'll face the boss here with one free shot. This is Camelio Arm. Actually, he has several arms, but this is a rather interesting boss. I will let him demonstrate what he does. But he, the ammunition that he gives Kirby is one of only two instances in this game that gives the paint ability, which has a rather interesting effect. You can see there that the boss turns invisible but the use of this ability will turn him visible again and change his color. So the boss has a number of different palettes to choose from, which is a fairly unique feature amongst Super Nintendo games as far as I'm aware. Oh! Well, I haven't shown this before, I don't think. Inhaling 2 of any ability will give Kirby, instead of any one of those abilities, a random ability. In this case, Stone, which I haven't shown this before, but is pretty much completely invulnerable. And it's why I don't really care to use it all that much. So let's, instead of beating the boss the cheap way, do it the proper way. What? Oh. Must have been invincible from my helper's hit. There we go. That will do. And that was the boss of this tower, but we are not done yet. This is a whole other area that we still have to go through. And there's more treasure to be found. Yay. But here is a place rather reminiscent of some of the levels in Donkey Kong Country, requiring some precision firing from these cannons while we're harangued by Bronto birds. There's 2 rooms here on either side of the tower. This one won't need this quite yet. Instead of the fire ability, despite the fact that there are candles through here, that's not what we need to use. Instead, we need to get the cutter ability and do a little bit of a tricksy thing here. Need to stand, fire, and run like heck. Use the ladders if you can, and go through here where this door was gate was covering this doorway, and obtain the model ship. A rather valuable prize, and one of the more tricky ones to get in the entire Great Cave Offensive. Ooh, tomato! Want it? You risk death for tomato. Actually, I will comment on this. Where are we? Weren't we underground? Sakurai, you make no sense. But let's just continue on. Ooh, get out the way! To the top of this room. Ow! Actually, these enemy placements are somewhat difficult to avoid. And be careful here. Want to get aimed to the center, because to the right and to the left, death. And we'll end up back in that central chamber. So this time, be very careful not to get hit here. Those things will swarm you. We want to go to the right, and I'll go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, wait. Because through here, through here we have a room where fire is required. And what better way to light candles than with the business end of a jet engine? Ah! Well, what better way to light candles with the business end of a jet engine if you actually had a jet engine? Let's try that again. As I said, rather tricky enemy placements. Plus this power is a little bit hard to use. So there we go. The fires from the jet power, it is in fact possible to light candles. Also probably light up your entire house if you decide to light a candle with a jet engine. But this will reveal a little hidden area there, and oh, shoot. Come on. Ah! Get out of the way. I am being mercilessly gnawed. And we get the sun ring. Interesting corollary. The model ship appeared, I believe, to have a crescent moon on it, whereas this is a sun. Not sure why they went with a ship and a ring here, but I thought that was an interesting little attention to detail. If anyone has any idea why they might have gone with a ship, in this case, if there's some sort of Japanese folklore or folktale that I don't know about that would give justification to that, I'd love to hear it. And we're back in this area. We've got the 2 treasures there from the towers. And I believe that is everything from this area. Everything in the old tower. I'll know when I get out of here. Yes, that's entrance we can't actually get back into. Those are the 2 towers we were just in. So I believe we are done. Let us move on. Ah, it's that music again! Yay! And I want to see once again who is faster, a jet engine or a minecart. Ah, oh, get out! I want to race! Race! Come on, Kirby! That's it, fast thing. Actually, I remember watching a another video prior to this of someone playing through the Great Cave Offensive in Kirby Superstar Ultra, and I don't recall it being quite that fast, so I think they may have slowed it down for the new release. Not quite certain why. Let's see. Oh, there is a rather interesting area through here. Notice we're being buffeted by wind currents here. But there is a treasure chest over there that is very tricksy to get. I won't be detailing how to do that here. I'll just share the soda. And we'll make it through to a cabin and treat this area properly when we next meet. Oh, isn't that a lovely little view? Oh, I hear my sweet potatoes in the oven now. I'm gonna go numb on those for a little bit, have supper here, share that to Michael, and say good night, everybody.